Hello, 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 and welcome to today's live. So we're going to be here for about 10 minutes, and we're talking about how to do the doable in your business and body and career and life as a whole. Most of us are constantly unhappy, and the reason being is that there's one phrase I want you to remember. If happiness is based on expectation, it will never come. Most of us spend our lives expecting so much of ourselves more than anything else. We spend our lives expecting that we can do all of the stuff for our kids, regardless of the age. Like, come on, your kid can be 3, 13, 23, or 33. You're still mum at heart, right? You're still dad at heart. You're still doing an awful lot as a parent. So we have this huge expectation that we can be everything we need to be for our kids, that we can be everything that we need to be for our partners, that we can do everything that we have to do in our business, in our body, in our health, in our finances. And ultimately, we never manage it. We set our expectations so high that on a single day-to-day basis, we usually don't achieve it all. So we're never happy because we can't be. I remember a client that I work with now, but when she first started, she said, I'm desperately unhappy. And I asked her, well, what do you need to be happy? And she said, well, I need to go to the gym for 75 minutes, or an hour and a half. I can't remember exactly, but it was a long time. I need to go to the gym for this long. I need my kids to leave me in peace at home whilst I get myself ready in the morning. I need to be able to meal prep every single meal and it be, all of it be perfectly whole foods. I need to do yoga every night before bed. I need to read a chapter of a book. I need to do X, Y, and Z meeting in my business. I need to grow my business revenue by, 10x this month. I need to get 12,000 steps in every day. I need to make love to my husband. There were so many things that this woman felt that she needed to do in one day to be happy, that I'm sorry, by 12 noon, I can guarantee her happiness was out the window. So what we need to do is, rather than have all of these huge expectations which just weigh us down, that create a constant feeling of failure. I mean, do you ever have that? You say, right, there's all of this stuff that I have to do in my business and my body, and every single day you go to bed feeling like you failed, that you haven't done yourself justice, and tomorrow will be better. And guess what? It never is. Like, does that register at all? Because if it does, you've fallen into the trap that most people fall into and unfortunately never get out of, that they don't really find happiness until life stops. And by that point, they're in their 80s and looking back going, what if, what if, what if? So rather than basing happiness on expectation, base it on outcomes. And what I mean by that is, today, I'll give you an example. Today, it's a Wednesday. I'm in the UK, it's about 6:30 at the moment, but wherever you are in the world, my outcome for today was, I'm going to care for myself. So Wednesday for me, midweek, we call it hump day. I don't know if any of you ever experience hump day, but I have very full-on days with my clients, Mondays, Thursdays, Fridays. So Tuesday, Wednesday have different outcomes. Monday, Thursday, Friday is serve my clients' days. Saturday and Sunday are serve my kids' days. But Wednesday is a serve myself day. And that means going to the gym. That means doing some food prep. Not a lot, but some. That means going and sitting in a sauna. That means doing a little bit of yoga and stretching, getting a sports massage. Wednesday is the outcome to serve me. That doesn't mean I don't do work. I still do some work. I still take care of my kids. I still do all of these other things in my life, but there's one specific outcome for today. And today I've achieved that outcome. So guess what? I'm happy. I've done other bits, but I didn't have this high expectation that I had to do everything. And tomorrow I have another outcome, just one. And as long as that outcome comes out, tomorrow my outcome is to be a good wife. I'm taking my husband somewhere that he needs to go. Yes, I've had to completely readjust my week, but my outcome is to serve my husband tomorrow because he also needs my time. And then Friday, I'll be serving my clients. And then this weekend, I'll be serving both my business and my children because sometimes we have to be flexible. If I'm not working on a Thursday, I need to bring that into a weekend, and that's not a problem. Because balance isn't about hours in a week. There's so many people that talk about finding balance. And I get asked this a lot. How do you find balance being a business owner, a mother, a wife, a bikini competitor, a bodybuilder? How do you find balance and do it all without getting completely stressed, overwhelmed, and, hating every minute of every day? And balance isn't about how many hours I do things. I've met women who work 20 hours a week, 10 hours a week, but are completely out of balance because when they're not at work, all they think about is work. So they're never present with their partner, their spouse, their child, their friends, their mother, their family, themselves. They're never present because they're constantly thinking about work. I've also met women who work 70, 80 hours a week, but as soon as they're then with their child, they're with their child. Or as soon as they're reading a book, they're in that book. Or as soon as they're listening to music, they're in that music or they're in that meditation. That is balance because balance is being present in the moment of what you're doing. Right now, I'm here. I'm with you. I'm not anywhere else. I'm not doing my to-do list or my shopping in my head or, planning my next workout or anything. I'm right here. And that gives me balance because it means that I never really miss a moment. I'm always in it. And it means every moment is productive because my mind isn't constantly trying to jump from 3 to 10 different things at once. So essentially, what I wanted to talk about today and the takeaway I want you to get from it is it doesn't have to be one or the other. It doesn't have to be everything all at once. And actually, if you continue to put unrealistic, idealized expectations on yourself, you will burn out, get depressed, start drinking, start eating more. Your body will disintegrate. Your relationships will disintegrate. Your mental health will disintegrate. And it might mean that you don't get from 0 to 6-figure months in 6 months. With my business coaching clients, I never talk about let's go from no money at all to 100K a month. No, let's just go realistic. It's very realistic to go from 0 to 20K a month. You can do that relatively simply without sacrificing everything else. And that's the most important thing. If you want to do more, you could short term, but you're not going to sustain it and everything else is going to go out the window. Wouldn't you much rather live a life where everything progressed as a whole? Your body moved forward, your health, your relationships, your marriage, your business, your finances. Wouldn't you rather live a life where all of that progressed together? Do you really want to live a life where only one thing shoots for the stars and everything else gets left behind? I wouldn't want a hugely successful career or business if it meant I left my marriage behind or I didn't spend time with my children. And there are seasons, don't get me wrong, in your business there are seasons. There's the season of birth, the season of infancy, of toddlerhood, of teenagehood, of adult, of OAP. There are different seasons in your business and your career, and at each point there will be different levels of time commitment in the same way that there are with children. As they grow up, you would hope by the time that they're 50, one would hope, I'm touching wood here, that they require less of a time commitment than when they're 5 or when they're 15. So you need to be flexible to work with the seasons of your life, of your career, of your finances, and not have the expectation today that I should be doing in my business or career what I was doing when I was 25, single, no dependents, me free as a bird. If you expect that life is going to be the same, then you are going to be forever disappointed. So the biggest takeaway that I want you to have from today is to remember that happiness is based in the moment. You can't be happy in the past or the future. Anxiety, fear, and overwhelm live in the future. Sadness, grief, despair live in the past. Happiness only lives in the now. It really only can. You can have a memory of happiness, but it's not actual happiness. And a lot of women that I've met have never experienced happiness, ever, because they've never been in the moment. The balance has never been there. So that's what I want you to remember, is if you're sitting there going, I'm not happy, it's because you're not here. Right now, watching me in this very moment, you have everything you need. In the next moment, you might think, I don't have enough cash. I don't have enough love. I don't have enough sex. I don't have enough muscle or tone. Don't have enough energy. But right now, you have a roof or the stars over your head if you're walking and watching. You have warmth. You have enough fuel in your body. You're alive. You're here. That means you have enough. Even someone homeless watching this, if they were, they have enough in the moment. Everybody always does, but we never appreciate it. And that's why we never feel truly happy. So if you ever want to chat about finding your happiness, and what I mean by that is working on your business, your body, your balance, and your being, then get in touch. Shoot me a message. That's what I'm here for. Because I work with women not just on let's make more money, not just on let's grow our business, not just on let's lose weight. I work with women on everything. The 4B's approach: body, balance, business, being. Because if you're missing one of these, then you're headed down a road for disaster. You need all of them to work together as a symbiotic nature. That's what will create true growth, true happiness, and true purpose without the pressure of expectation. So if you want to learn more, or if you just want to have a chat, please send me a message. I'd always love to hear from women just like you. And in the meantime, let me know any questions, any comments, or your thoughts on today's little 10-minute training. So have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday, and I will see you next week.